Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Well, I'm glad that rock held us up there. That probably saved everything, so.
Two men stranded in a fishing boat stuck hard up against a boulder in the current. That's the situation rescue crews found when they rushed mid-morning to an area south of Lemke Park in Fargo. Justin Kill and his father say their fishing trip turned frightening after they got stuck on a rocky dam in the middle of the Red River. They were able to call for help, with rescue crews telling us they used a highline maneuver to get the men to safety. Valley News Live was the first news crew on the scene this morning, and that includes Bradford Eric, who was watching the entire dramatic rescue unfold. Bradford?
Andrea, right here in the middle of the Red River is where this boat is going to sit most likely for some time. And it was right here where rescue crews pulled two men to safety.
Thought it was just going to be a fun day of fishing, and it turned into this, but.
Justin Kill and his father are thankful they could be pulled safely to shore by rescue crews working both sides of the Red River. When we arrived on scene moments after fire crews, the two men were clinging to the upstream side of their Lund fishing boat.
The motor started not working as much as it should have, right when we were almost going down the river or whatever, the dam there, and just started sucking us in. And then we tried to start the big motor and didn't get that done in time, and just sucked us right into it.
Fire crews launched boats both up and downstream of the stuck boat, strung a rope across the river diagonally, and tried hard to get a rescuer through the stiff current. Finally able to get on board, help the men into the water and safely to shore.
And then we organized what's called a highline rescue so that we could get one of our people across into the boat, put them into harnesses, and then bring them back to the shore safely.
With the boat in little danger of breaking loose or flipping over, fire crews tell us they were taking their time, weighing their rescue options, and ultimately deciding trying to get another boat in close just wasn't going to work. A silver lining in all of this, it was a rescue and not a body recovery.
That's a lot of recoveries on this river because of the currents, so to do a rescue is a huge positive side. So.
Fire crews tell us there's essentially two options as to what's to happen next with this boat. Number one, wait until the water level rises on the river and then float it off the rocks and pull it out that way. Option number two, hire a boat salvage company to pull it off this rocky dam. Live along the Red River, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you, Bradford, for that live report. Officials say people on the water need to be aware of what they're doing and how fast and strong the current is moving. And just this season, we have seen a number of accidents on the Red River, some even deadly. So we're investigating the dangers of the Red tonight on Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW and 10 at 10. Cloudy and a few sprinkles today, but it looks like a lot of that rain has moved out of the area. Hutch, not a lot to worry about tonight, right?
For most of us, we are going to enjoy a fairly quiet evening, and if there is a chance of showers and thunderstorms, it will be in our southernmost counties. We do see active thunderstorm watches in place for parts of northeast South Dakota and much of southern Minnesota, as that is where the activity is the most robust. Right along the state line, though, south of Lidgerwood, a few showers passing from west to east. That's moving into the Traverse Lake area, as well as Elbow Lake and Hoffman in Grant County, Minnesota. And these are just sprinkles, no lightning even associated with these showers. And in southern Minnesota and also out near Brookings, there is an active tornado warning. Numerous storms there producing large hail and some rotating thunderstorms. For us, I think we stay on the quiet side. We can't rule out a passing sprinkle this evening, so have the umbrella. Light winds, comfortable temperatures actually, near 80 for the next couple of hours in Fargo. Grand Forks, if you're heading out and about, look at this. Blue skies and sizzling warm, mid to lower 80s this evening. It looks like the heat of summer returns. Andrea, I'll have details on how hot we get, and we'll talk about our next chance of much needed rain in the area and when that will be as well.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. Today is the day when Sanford's Emergency Department, Family Birth Center, and Children's Hospital moved to South Fargo. The new hospital doors are now open and it's fully operational. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop tells us how Sanford moved hospitals and the ER without interrupting patient care.
Moving patients and services from the downtown Fargo hospital to this hospital is quite a daunting task. But Sanford officials say it all came down to planning.
And that planning has been ongoing for anywhere for about 3 years. And you know, you move from a construction project and construction design into operations.
Richard says the hospital has been in the work for nearly 2 decades. 63 patients removed, most of them being children, as this is where the pediatrics and birth unit will be. One of the patients brought in as soon as the doors opened was 5-month-old baby Delaney Clark and her mother Mercedes.
It was nice. It was a bumpy ride, but overall it was a good ride back.
The patients were brought over by ambulance from the downtown location. The ambulances lined the street and shuttled patients. The downtown Sanford Hospital will still be operational, with the biggest tenant being their cancer units. The ER will not be there. Signs are already up stating that.
You know, even if they get it wrong, we'll have an ambulance parked downtown. So if we have to do a transfer, we'll do a transfer.
But this isn't the biggest move Richard and his staff has seen. In 2009, Sanford Hospital, then Merit Care, had to evacuate 183 patients because of the flood. Richard says the healthcare industry prepares for that and moves with drills.
The reality, a lot of that practice is really helpful and really very relevant.
As patients get acquainted with their new rooms, they notice Sanford's biggest change, private rooms.
And we've wanted to do that for 109 years.
Yeah, the rooms are way bigger.
Which Mercedes says is nice because it provides more room for family to visit. In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
In addition to moving patients, the national company was brought in to help with moving equipment. A majority moved before the doors opened, but some things will still come over after operations in certain units stop at the downtown facility. A lot of firsts are going to happen this week at the new Sanford Medical Center. And speaking of that, the hospital welcomed its first baby this morning. This is Caden Reynolds. Caden and his parents received some special gifts today, including a $1,000 scholarship and a gift basket filled with blankets, toys, and books. The Fargo Police Department put out 2 warnings today about high-risk sex offenders living in North Fargo. 24-year-old Dylan Peterson is now living at 1336 8th Avenue North. Peterson was convicted in 2 separate incidents with a 13-year-old victim. He is a lifetime registrant. Police officials also say 38-year-old Jeffrey Buckmeyer is now living at 1514 4th Street North. Buckmeyer is also a lifetime registrant and has multiple convictions of luring a minor by computer. We've got good news and a couple of searches for missing people in our area. Bemidji police say that Shalise Brown has contacted her family and they are no longer considering her a missing person. Grand Forks police also say that 16-year-old Kaya McGuire was also found today after she was reported missing last night. Both departments are also thanking those who helped spread the word about the cases. There was a cliffhanger in the Senate today with a critical vote on health care. Republicans are trying to advance plans to repeal and replace Obamacare, but the final outcome is far from certain. Nola Lengi reports from Capitol Hill.
The Senate is moving ahead with debate on an Obamacare overhaul after a tie-breaking vote from Vice President Mike Pence. John McCain returned from Arizona, where he's being treated for brain cancer, to cast a critical vote. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell implored fellow Republicans to vote yes.
Our constituents are hurting under Obamacare. They're counting on us to do the right thing right now.
Getting to a yes vote on a final piece of legislation will be more difficult, as Senator McCain warned his colleagues.
I will not vote for this bill as it is today. It's a shell of a bill right now. We all know that.
The GOP leadership needs nearly every Republican senator on board for any action on health care because they hold a slim majority, and Democrats are united in their opposition.
Leader McConnell has a long way to go before he can get this done. There are many, many Republicans who don't like this bill.
Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska were the only 2 Republican senators to join Democrats in voting no. President Trump congratulated the GOP leadership on this win.
Now we move forward towards truly great health care for the American people. We look forward to that. This was a big step.
Shame, shame, shame. Protesters in the Senate gallery chanted as voting began and made their presence known around the Capitol today. Mola Lengi for CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The yes vote today kicks off 20 hours of debate on health care amendments in a back and forth expected to last all week, with moderate and conservative Republicans at odds over a replacement plan for Obamacare. The Senate Judiciary Committee has issued a subpoena for former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort to testify. Last night, the committee issued a subpoena requesting Manafort testify at a public hearing Wednesday. The committee wants Manafort to testify about Russia's meddling into last year's presidential elections, specifically about a meeting held at Trump Tower with a Russian lawyer who promised to provide dirt on Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump Jr. and President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, were also at that meeting with Manafort. The report is in on final contract recommendations between the Fargo School District and the Teachers Union. The State Fact-Finding Commission made 8 recommendations in total, including a pay bump for teachers. The Teachers Union also asked that more be done to prevent violence in the classroom and protect teachers and staff from out-of-control students. The commission agreed, but stopped short of mandating a specific action plan. To read the full report, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. Workers are just wrapping up at an event in South Fargo today, trying to keep unused or unwanted prescriptions from falling into the wrong hands. On this Take Back Tuesday, police and organizers were outside collecting pills, tablets, and other prescriptions that people were looking to get out of the house. The event was hosted by the Mayor's Blue Ribbon Commission on Addiction, and officials say they're looking to make these drop-offs a part of the process of medication safety.
Lock up the medicines that they have, monitor what they have, and take them appropriately, and take back and dispose of those that they no longer need.
2 more take-back events will take place throughout Cass County during the coming months. At the last one, organizers say they collected 210 pounds of medication.